Well, we have seen where the Babylonian Empire is the one that defeated Jerusalem and Judah and exiled all of God's people. But then Babylon fell. They were defeated by the Medes and the Persians and took over the Babylonian Empire. And we've seen Persian kings in our readings already. We've seen that in Daniel. We've seen where King Cyrus is the one that actually allowed the Jews to return from exile. And today we see more Persian influence in God's word as we look at the book of Esther. Esther is unique because one of the things that make Esther unique is that it never mentions God's name. But while the book never mentions God's name, never mentions God at all, but while it doesn't mention him, you can see his hand everywhere, the providential hand of God all throughout the book of Esther. Now, the king of the Medes and Persians at this time is King Ahasuerus, or your translation may say King Xerxes. And King Ahasuerus became displeased with his queen, Queen Vashti, and dismissed her. And so a search began for a new queen, and that queen was Esther. Her original name is not Esther, though, it's Hadassah. And so the king's chief official, Haman, became so enraged with Esther's adopted father, Mordecai, because he would not bow to him, that he had the king sign a law to exterminate the Jews. And once Mordecai finds out about this, Mordecai implores Esther to go and intercede with the king on behalf of the Jewish people. And so I want to read to you here Esther chapter 4, verse 11 through 17. Esther 4, beginning in verse 11. All the royal officials and the people of the royal provinces know that one law applies to every man or woman who approaches the king in the inner courtyard and who has not been summoned, the death penalty, unless the king extends the golden scepter, allowing that person to live. I have not been summoned to appear before the king for the last 30 days. Esther's response was reported to Mordecai. And Mordecai told the messenger to reply to Esther, "Don't think that you will escape the fate of all the Jews because you're in the king's palace. If you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will come to the Jewish people from another place, but you and your father's family will be destroyed. Who knows? Perhaps you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Esther sent this reply to Mordecai, "Go and assemble all the Jews who can be found in Susa and fast for me. Don't eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my female servants will also fast in the same way. After that, I will go to the king, even if it is against the law. If I perish, I perish." So Mordecai went and did everything Esther had commanded him. And there's that focus on verse 14 here. Verse 14, where he said, if you keep silent, relief's going to come for another way. But maybe you've come into your position, Esther, for such a time as this. I don't know what position you're in your life, whether it's the position in your family, position in your job, position in your school. But whatever position you're in, whether you have great influence or little influence, whatever, you have influence. And that influence is you've been put in your position, in your place, for such a time as this, to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ.